So we're now going to join, in progress, some sort of a demonstration by Randy Borcherding. I believe that he can hear us. Randy, can you hear us?
Oh, I got you guys. What's up?
Well, what's up? What are you doing there? You know, you need to really make sure that that camera looks at what it is that you're moving your hand across, because it looks kind of weird when you don't point the camera straight down.
Well, that could be your interpretation.
Yes, and it is. But it's good to see you, man. How you been?
I'm good, guys. How are y'all?
Good. Are we over at Paint Shop?
Painthouse.
Standing in
Painthouse.
the Painthouse.
Okay, very nice. So, what are you rubbing on back there?
This is the hood for that 65 Corvette.
Ooh,
There.
that 60. Oh, I see. Yes, I see that.
And this is your custom color, correct?
This is Randy Apple Red 3, one of our colors, yes.
Randy Apple Red 3. You know you're a paint specialist when you name the paint after yourself.
Or you have a weird sense of humor.
Well, we know that you do that, first of all, because you're talking to us, because, you know, if you didn't, you wouldn't be talking to us.
Right.
Yeah. So how have you been? This is a 65. Is this a customer car or yours?
It is not ours. I have kids. I don't have cars.
Got you? Yep. We know that. I got that.
Yeah, I think we're all in the same boat.
It is a customer's car. We're doing the paint job on it, and then someone else is doing the assembly and the final craftsmanship.
That's kind of strange, isn't it? Does that happen very often?
I'd say it's relatively normal, and quite honestly, we like it because they come and they go, and they don't live here for years.
Well, and your specialty being paint and body work is depend on the people, the subject matter experts for that part of the car, and that's why you build such beautiful cars.
It is what we've, I guess, become known for, if that's the right way to say it.
Yes.
But we do build the entire project as well.
Yes, and I have to say that Randy builds some of the finest automobiles that I have ever seen. I know that there are other guys that are on TV. Dave Kindig comes to mind, Bitchin' Rides. He does some beautiful work, but I would put yours right up against his any day.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm not sure I deserve that comment, but
After winning 2019 SEMA Truck of the Year, I think you might have earned that accolade.
Well, it wasn't me. It was me and the guys.
No, that's true.
Them.
We'll give you credit.
Okay, so let's take a little tour of the shop. You know, this is the first time I've been over there, and
even though he's not there.
So tell us about what you got in the shop. I see a Porsche there.
There's a little Porsche. This is just a quick touch up on the door.
Okay.
But I'll give you a little snapshot. This got a really interesting little.
Oh, there's a huge turbocharger there.
No, that's air cooled, buddy.
That's the air cool, but it's got the big twin carbs. What are those? I can't tell.
It's fuel injected.
Is it
fuel injected?
Yeah, it's a mid '70s RSR, I believe.
Oh wow! So it's the hot rod of its day.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. It's been upped.
Upped, so to speak.
This is hard to do facing the phone.
Well, you can switch the view to the other side. We don't need to see you.
Do that.
Okay.
Teach me.
And can you turn the camera so we can get a landscape view? It shows us bigger picture. No.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, much better. Now we can see you and the car. Thank you. And those muscles. And your logo right there.
Only Conrad would notice the muscles. Just saying.
So
hey.
This got the supercharged Terminator motor. Came in the 03, 04 Cobra Mustangs.
Nice.
And then we did a custom set of wheels that are kind of interesting.
Now, what is this?
And
a Mustang we're looking
what kind
at?
of car is it?
This is a '70 Cougar Convertible.
Oh,
Cougar. You never see those.
Spin around there. Maybe you can get a better view of it this way. It's kind of hard to see on the lift.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can tell.
Yeah.
Love those old Cougars.
Over this way,
we all love our
this
Cougars.
is a Ring Brothers Mustang that came in for some repair. Guy lives in here in Houston that owns it.
Beautiful car.
Cool little car.
Convertible too, huh?
55 Chevy. And
Yeah.
that is a completely new body.
Seriously?
All new metal?
There's a company called Real Deal Steel down in Florida, and that's a completely new sheet metal body.
What is it? Has it got a new frame under it too?
It has an Art Morrison independent front, independent rear
God.
chassis.
Is that the frame
And
that
then-
is that the frame you picked up when you dropped off the Chevy truck?
Yes.
'Cause
And then this is the
Oh.
LT4, the modern LT4 with the 8-speed automatic. It ought to be a good one.
That's the supercharged Corvette engine.
Yes. I think it's 760 on the horsepower stock.
That'll do.
Oh my
That'll
gosh,
do.
that is absolutely. So, what is the timeline on finishing that car? It looks like it's getting close to, well, maybe getting a skim coat on it or something.
Well, we're still fitting the gaps. We're dealing with all this, the fitment in
Oh,
these
yeah.
areas.
Yep.
This is always an awkward area in these cars where these 3 panels come together. So just making everything fit right in metal before you ever put any body filler or primer on it.
So, how long is it going to take you to get the fitment right? You think?
We're still a couple weeks away, I'd say.
Yeah.
And
It's a lot of these cars, these bodies, and all these aftermarket parts. They're good starting points. That's all they are.
Gotcha.
but
And they don't purport to be anything else. So, you know what? I drove down to Florida, or actually I flew, to look at the body before we bought it, and felt like it was a good enough starting point. So we ordered one, and we waited 6 months for it.
Oh, wow. So in fitting the car, tell me if I'm correct in this. You start from the quarter panel, move to the door, move to the fender, move to the hood. Is that correct?
Correct. You go from the back to the front. The quarter panel's fixed. So more or less you make everything fit it.
Work around it because it's not. You can't move
You
it.
can't adjust the quarter panels, but
Well,
then-
not easily anyway. You can make the door fit the quarter, and then you make the fender fit the door, and the hood fit between the fenders, and you just work your way forward.
Yeah, piece by piece.
so that's why it's so time consuming, because every time you adjust this, you got to go back and adjust that.
Absolutely. One thing affects another, and it becomes a perfect storm of
A dog-
sometimes frustration.
Kind of a
Okay, a lot
dog
of
chasing
times.
its tail sometimes because you keep going around in circles.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see what's behind me on this one. I'll move a little bit. So this 67 Corvette.
Oh, I hadn't seen that one with the Stinger hood.
Yeah. This one came in, it was damaged.
Look at that.
A fellow
paint.
bought it at Barrett-Jackson and had it home and ended up in an accident, just cosmetic, and it did a bunch of damage, but he's okay, and the car's got to get fixed.
And is that another one of your custom colors?
No, this is a candy color, which we will most likely replace it with one of ours that are not candies, but they have that same look.
So it's going to get a complete redo on the paint.
Correct.
Wow. It sure is a
We'll
pretty
have to
paint.
repaint the whole car.
That's gorgeous.
It's got, you can't really see it in the camera. It's got cracks all over it from the impact it took when it finally wrecked.
Wow.
You can see here the wheels and the lip on this one.
Oh, yeah.
He hit something pretty hard. So anyway, it'll get fixed. It's what we do.
So what is the timeline on all those cars that you got? What's the next one going out the door done?
Probably the Vet here.
Yeah.
Simply because it's almost done. It's a paint job. I'm in the middle of polishing it. Once that's done, then it can go to the builder and he can finish it.
Got you. Wow.
It's on the chassis now. I'll see if I can lift
Lift the skirt up there a little bit so we can see it.
Let us look underneath.
It's got the modern LS7
Ooh.
drivetrain,
Yeah. It's beautiful.
dry sump, 6-speed automatic. It's an aftermarket chassis as well. It'll be a fun car.
No doubt. Now, did it come in there under its own power?
No, it came to us on a body dolly, so to speak, so we could roll it around and do the body work, but the chassis wasn't under it yet.
Hello, Dolly, huh? What a beautiful car.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it looks. I've never been to your shop, and one of these days, I keep saying this, but I want to come out there. Now that I've seen this, I definitely want to come out there and bring you some Mike's Jersey subs or something.
Yeah, do please.
Randy,
This is
is
the paint booth where
where the magic happens.
it's the paint house, literally.
Yeah.
In there is where it happens, so to speak.
Do you do
And-
do you do the spraying yourself?
I do. I'm the painter.
Okay. Yeah.
This is the mix room.
Ooh, the mix room.
Yeah, the magical, mystical mix room.
Yeah, this is where all the chemistry happens. Up on the wall here, you can see renderings of other former projects, current projects.
I can only imagine.
Who does the renderings for you?
It's a combination of people. A lot of these were done by Eric Brockmeyer. He's a really known artist in the custom car world, and Tavis Highlander. We've used him a couple times recently. They're all very talented.
I mean, that's a skill. Now, when you build a car for a customer, let's say your Chevy truck you wanted SEMA. Do all of those renderings also go with the vehicle to the customer, or do you keep them for yourself?
No, they're digital files, so they can. I typically print them out, something nice, and frame it and send it to them.
Yeah.
One neat example of the rendering process. I'm going to try and do this not too awkwardly. I'm afraid I'm failing.
Well, that's okay. You're doing
You can
fine.
see this one.
Kind of
here.
a 3-view with a little bit of interior as well.
But if you look at it, the color two-tone is reversed.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yes, I see
okay,
that.
yeah.
Right.
And that was one way we used the rendering process to decide on what we liked.
Make the final choice.
And then this was the final set of renderings with interior and the color design that we chose.
That truck was breathtaking.
Well, and that picture right there is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that truck. And we were so glad you brought it out to Guitars and Cars and gave everybody a chance to look at it before it went to SEMA. We really appreciate that. It sounded pretty awesome, too.
It was fun. We had no idea that truck was going to get elevated to the position it did, but boy, are we happy it did.
Yeah. No.
And has that brought you some additional awareness in the industry and some more business?
I'd say a little bit. It's hard to measure that kind of stuff. At this, I hate to put it this way, it sounds egotistical, but at this level of building vehicles, there's not a whole lot of customers that can or are willing to spend the cubic dollars these things demand.
That's the perfect way to put it, because we know it is cubic dollars.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Plus the time. I mean,
a little bit perhaps.
Yeah, it
It's
takes
not
a while.
something that I noticed the phone wasn't ringing Monday morning after SEMA. I'll just put it that way. It's just slowly you build credibility, and this is how you do it.
Well, you've done a fantastic job. We're your biggest fans, and we love all the stuff that you do. Everything is stunningly beautiful, and we really appreciate our friendship with you. And tell Jen we said hi.
I'll do that.
Thank you, Randy.
All right, guys.
Be
Take care.
safe.
Okay, Randy Borchening with Painthouse on the line with us. It's quite a place. I didn't know it was as big as it was.
I didn't realize it was that big either.
But you always have these visions in your mind about, get a couple of cars in there at a time, maybe or not.
He talks about it, about just being a garage in the back of his
it's just
house.
a little small shop. Yeah.
He's got 15 cars in there.
Exactly. All right, coming up next, it's Conrad's Car Clinic. And we invite you to stay in touch with us all week long by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and through InWheelTime.com. Thanks for joining us here on the In Wheel Time Car Show.